One of the greatest NBA players ever, frequently ranked as a top 5 of his time by ESPN, wasn't even the top 5 of his own draft pick, with a draft position lower than guys like Greg Oden, Anthony Bennett, and Darko Milicic. Obviously, none of the players in the initial list had a Hall of Fame career like him. They all had remarkable careers in their own way. One was the first player ever banned by the NBA, and another turned out to be the father of one of the greatest NBA shooters ever. Here, we have their shocking story. So if you're new to the channel, welcome to Hoopscape. Here we provide you with interesting videos and updates from the world of basketball. Today we will provide you with all the information you need to catch up on regarding the players selected before Larry Bird and their backstory. First pick, Michael Thompson. Michael Sweetbells Thompson was the first international #1 pick in the 1978 draft at 6 feet tall. Michael was indeed a solid power forward who played 7 seasons in Portland. His best season came in 1981 when he averaged 20 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists. Michael played half a season with the Spurs before being traded to the Lakers in February of '91. Michael was a valuable member of the Showtime Lakers, serving as Kareem's backup and providing valuable minutes. Michael won 2 championships with the Lakers, the first in '87 against Larry Bird and the Celtics in Game 6 of that series. Michael had 15 points and 9 rebounds, and the Lakers won the championship in '88, beating the Detroit Pistons in 7 games. Michael continued to play the backup center role until '91. When he retired, Michael took a job in sports entertainment and has been a Laker radio host since 2001. The Thompson name continues to grow in the NBA as Clay, his second son, is a 4-time NBA champion with the Warriors. Thompson goes inside and dunks. Michael was most recently in Maui for the Lakers Showtime reunion, where the team most likely celebrated beating Larry in 1987, but Larry made sure to get 3 rings of his own. Second pick, Phil Ford. The #2 pick in the NBA draft was NCAA legend Phil Ford. To this day, Phil is still considered one of the best ACC point guards ever. Phil was the key to the UNC four corners offense. With no shot clock in the NCAA, UNC would space the floor and let Phil play one-on-one until the defense overcommitted back to the left outside. It was brilliant, but incredibly frustrating for any college opponent he faced. Phil Ford led UNC past rival NC State for the ACC title his freshman year, and he was named ACC Athlete of the Year in both his junior and senior years. Winning MVP is a great honor, but it doesn't come close to the honor of winning the Atlantic Coast Conference Championship, he said. During his time at UNC, he averaged 18 points, 6 assists, 2 rebounds, and 2 steals per game. And he won a gold medal as the team's starting point guard in the 1976 Olympics. Phil continued to build his legacy in the NBA with the Kansas City Kings, where he once had 26 points and 21 assists in his rookie season against the Bucks. He won Rookie of the Year, averaging 15 points and 8 assists, 2 rebounds, and 2 steals. When Phil had a career-high 38 points against the Houston Rockets in 1981, he was forced to have surgery due to an eye injury that ended the season. Phil returned in 1982, but he was never the same player. He was moved to the Nets and then to the Bucks in the same season. Phil finished his career with the Houston Rockets from '83 to '85. In 482 games, Phil averaged 11 points, 6 assists, and 1 rebound. Meanwhile, Larry Bird was busy winning back-to-back league MVPs and NBA championships. After retiring in '98, Phil came back to UNC as an assistant coach and assisted in the team's NCAA tournament victory in '93. Phil stayed on the UNC coaching staff until 1999. Afterward, Phil Ford temporarily served as an NBA coach from 2004 to 2010 with the Pistons, Knicks, and Bobcats. Despite the fact that both Phil and Larry Bird had famous collegiate careers, Phil Ford's NBA career paled in contrast to the player selected 4 picks later. Third pick, Rick Roby. Florida native Rick Roby was a 611-pound, powerful center who could score, rebound, and offer toughness to whatever team he played on. In the championship game of his final season at UK, Rick earned an NCAA title with 20 points and 11 rebounds. Rick played just 43 games for Indiana before being traded to the Celtics for small forward and all-star Billy Knight. What a blessing for Rick, though, as he played backup center for the Celtics for 5 seasons and was a member of the squad that defeated Moses Malone and the Houston Rockets to win the '81 NBA championship. He said, "It is amazing, and I'm just very happy that I was a part of it. Rick and Larry were good friends. They were able to get Bird signed." According to Rick in an interview, he stated, "The first year we were roommates, and then we decided after the first year we would get our own separate rooms. Larry and I became very close. He, without a doubt, was the greatest player I ever played with. But Rick was traded to Phoenix in 1983 and missed the prime of Larry's dominance in the NBA. His role diminished and Rick retired in 1986. He played 493 games and averaged 7 points and 4 rebounds in the 90s. He became a successful real estate agent in Kentucky and still works in the industry to this day." Fourth pick, Michael Ray Richardson. The fourth selection for just a brief stretch of his career, Michael Ray Richardson was projected to be New York's Walt Frazier, who, in case you were unaware, was one of the best players of all time. Like Walt, Michael could make his own shot, pass, rebound, and perimeter defense. With the Knicks, he averaged 15 points in his second season, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, and 10 assists. He made the All-Star team every year after his debut season with the Knicks, becoming just the 3rd player in NBA history to lead the league in both assists and steals. Michael was dealing with substance abuse at the time, and his career was on the decline. In 1982, he was traded to the Warriors in exchange for Bernard King. However, he only played 33 games before being traded to the New Jersey Nets in 1984. Michael submitted himself to rehab and played 48 games with his new team. However, in 1985, Michael bounced back that season, averaging 20 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, and 3 steals. He won the NBA Comeback Player of the Year award, was chosen for his 4th All-Star team, and won the NBA Steal Championship once again, but his career ended suddenly. Richardson was then banned by the NBA. It was reported on news that today is a sad one. Michael Ray Richardson, player of the New Jersey Nets, has been dismissed from the NBA under terms of the anti-drug agreement between the league and its player association. The moment crushed him, yet Michael didn't give up. He played 14 seasons in the EuroLeague, where he continued to get buckets and earn a living. In 2002, he finally retired from playing and returned to coaching. From 2004 to 2014, he coached 2 minor league basketball teams in the CBA and 1 NBL team in Canada. He led the team to multiple championships within the respective leagues. Although Michael was the first player banned by the NBA, he didn't let that define him. Today, Michael lives in Oklahoma and puts on youth clinics with his longtime friend and teammate, Otis Birdsong. Fifth pick, Purvis Short. Prior to Larry's arrival, Purvis Short was the final player selected. Credit to Purvis, though, since he was still a fairly reliable player in his day. Golden State, you failed on this one, and you will have to wait another 35 years until you choose an NBA winner. Purvis, who stood 6'7", was endowed with unbelievable skills and an unlocked rainbow jump shot that allowed him to put up absurd numbers. In 1984 and 1985, he scored a career-high 59 points in one game, ranking among the top 10 scoring performances in NBA history at the time. He also had 57 and 46-point games that season and ended the year with an average of 28 points per match. Purvis Short had just one season, his second to last in, which he didn't average double digits and points even when he took on lesser roles and fewer minutes. Despite the fact that Purvis was never chosen an All-Star, it was very challenging to compete with players like Larry Bird, who scored 60 points against the Hawks, while playing the same position just a few months after Purvis, and was at the same position. While Purvis was an underrated player, over his 12 seasons in the NBA, he was still a model professional and highly respected by his coaches and peers. In the same season that Larry averaged 28.7 points per game along with 10 rebounds and 6 assists, Purvis Short wound down his career with the Rockets, then the Nets. When he retired, he was appointed vice president of an NBA program that aids players in coping with some of the difficulties of the NBA lifestyle. He is still in that position as of this video. He's the director of the NBA Players Association and continues his work in supporting NBA players on and off courts. Purvis Short deserves his flowers, as it's tough to shine when you are the last guy to be drafted before Larry Bird. How the Celtics picked Larry Bird. The absurd thing is that everyone concurred that Larry ought to have been selected first in 1978. While Bird had dominated college basketball, averaging 30 points, 13 rebounds, and 4 assists, selecting him was a risky move because he was only a junior and had made it clear to NBA teams that he would not forego his senior season. Plus, signing him would require a huge contract. As a result, the Indiana Pacers traded their first-round pick to the Portland Trail Blazers and chose Rick Roby, while the Boston Celtics took a chance and selected Bird at number 6. When Larry's draft rights were about to expire, the Celtics ultimately managed to capture his interest just a few weeks before. Larry was first clearly uninterested, but finally, just a few weeks prior to Larry's draft rights expiring, the Celtics pulled off a deal of $3.25 million over 5 years, the largest rookie contract in all of sports, and Larry accepted. And for an entire decade, he dominated the league. He kept winning championship MVPs and more first-time All-NBA awards than you can count. Larry redefined trash talk, like the time he told Xavier McDaniel that he was going to hit the game winner in his face. We can't really hold these NBA teams responsible for not selecting Larry Bird because even Larry didn't think he would join the team that selected him in 1978. However, sometimes you have to take a chance for the sake of it, and the Celtics did just that. So here's all the information about the talented NBA players drafted before Larry Bird. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel to stay updated with all the interesting and informative topics coming in the future. Until next time, we'll see you in the next video.